Hey guys, this is RolloutReviews with RolloutReviews doing another Let's Build. This time it is the Crash B-Daman Triple Launcher. But before we get into this, while we're on the subject of crash weapons, I did want to talk a little bit more about the grenade shot. I recently did a Let's Build of this, and there I was rather glowing. My first impressions were rather positive, but I've had a little bit more time to play with this, and I kind of want to update my thoughts. This isn't a proper review, of course. I'll still do that eventually, but since I don't know how long that's going to take, I do want to talk about this just a little bit at the front of this video here. Sort of a tangent, but anyway. Basically, this thing sort of tears itself apart, almost. I've only had about a day and a half to play with this, and I've only maybe fired it 9 or 10 times, and already the drive strip is sort of worn. And that's not only because there's so much friction applied to the rubber part when the projectile is pushed through it, but also because the projectile has these holes across its surface. And when these openings scrape past this rubber piece, it sort of acts as like a very dull cheese grater, which is just no good. And if you aren't careful, you could just tear this drive strip apart completely, which is sort of unfortunate. There are things you can do to avoid that if you are aware of the problem, and I'll talk about that. I'll elaborate a bit more in the actual review, like I said, but one reason I bring this up is because almost all of the basic crash weapons here, the first ones at least, use drive strips to sort of compensate for their power. This one included. Fortunately, this uses the 67 caliber type B-Daman, which are completely smooth, of course, so hopefully that doesn't cause so much wear and tear on the drive strip here that helps it attain power, I suppose. I almost sort of want to get another grenade shot, the blue and gray variant here, and then swap the pristine new drive strip from this one over to the Ifrit colored one, and then just use that one for display, and this one I'll swap out if I ever want to actually use this attachment in a crash battle. It's a thought. But anyway, tangent aside, let's finally get to the triple launcher. This thing is super, super cool. The blue one here is mainly used by Blitz Garuda. It is rush type, and there is a lot of strategic value to this. One thing I really do like about the grenade shot is just how many options you have strategically for that thing. This has just as much, if not more, widely varied options, I guess, because it covers things like, power, balance, control, and rapid fire all at once, and I really, really like that. I'll talk a little bit more about it as I start building it, of course, but maybe I'm getting ahead of myself here. I should probably open it up first. So let's crack this thing open finally. Oh, it's taped over here as well. Almost forgot. So, is that it? Yep, that is it. So let me set this off to the side here. Of course, you have instructions, stickers, and 3 B-Daman included, so that is very nice. Let me actually open this up real quick, take a look at what we've got. Yep, so this is, we've seen those before. We've seen those several times, obviously. So nothing new there, but here are the minimal stickers. Here are the instructions, which very simple, one small page here. Should be pretty simple to follow. Very, very balanced stats, it looks like, for, wait, is that the stats for the, I think that's actually just the stats for like a B-Daman, or maybe that is the stats for this. I don't know. Let me see. What does it say on the box? Does it have the stats for this on the box? Oh yeah, I guess. No. Wait, what? Does this even have stats? I'm confused. I don't know. Maybe that's just the stats for the B-Daman. I don't really know. I don't understand. But anyway, here are the instructions. So let's set that off to the side and take a look at these sprues. Sorry for that. I got a little flustered. But anyway, this piece is already kind of starting to fall off the sprue, but there are the hold parts, which look Wow, very interesting. Does it go like this or does it go like that? And it's kind of lopsided. I don't know. That's strange. And then you have the drive strip, like I talked about earlier. And then you have, very few parts here. This thing looks extremely simple. So let me just sort of bring the camera down here. Maybe throw these on screen for show. And like always, I will do a quick cut here. And once I have all of these pieces cut out, we will assemble the triple launcher. It would appear that this is pretty straightforward. Only 7 parts that go together rather simply. So we'll start by taking the 2 main shell portions and putting those together. It's worth noting that these sections do seem a little bit flimsy on their own, and they only peg together at 2 sections. So I think, yeah, there's a little bit of give in this, and you want to be careful not to squeeze on this too hard, or else it could crack the plastic, I think. I'm just assuming, but I don't know. Don't take any chances. Then we set this off to the side, and then we take the hold parts here, and let's see, which way does this go? It slides in like that, the drive strip here. And then this is kind of weird. The hold parts are sideways, almost. It slides in like this, and this is sort of upright. And usually it's kind of like that, but most of the hold part is on, well, the left or right side, depending on how you look at it, instead of towards the bottom. So I don't know, just an interesting way of doing this. But this should, pretty sure I have this right, it should just go in here. Is that? Kind of looks, oh, okay. There's a little nook, I guess, underneath this corner here. You kind of have to push the hold parts into. Make sure that's flat on the side here. Yep, okay. I think we are good to go here. And then the drive strip there is towards the bottom, as it should be. All right, next step. We take this, and then that just slides on there like that, all the way to the end. And then this, well, slide that down. This attaches on the front. Oh, wow. Rather snugly. Oh, yeah, I don't think I'm going to be taking that off anytime soon, even if I wanted to. So there is that, and this kind of slides along it freely. And then this section attaches to the end here. Also very tightly. Geez. Wait, is there a way this has to go? Is there any nubs on the inside? Yeah, there do seem to be some nubs on it. I don't know if I can capture that on camera. But those have to go a certain way here, I think. Oh, maybe I attach it like this and then... Okay, there we go. Yeah, you attach it like that and then you slide it, and that locks those nubs into the little rail sections, and then you can twist this side to side. This section here, again, does feel a little bit flimsy in this area, but the rest of it feels fairly solid. So I want to attach it to this side of the B-Daman, so I'll leave it like that, and then you can take the 3 B-Dama included, and those load in like that. Kind of shift around in there, but you can kind of slide this back, which will hold those in place. But there is the triple launcher. So let's attach this to Mock Garuda. And, well, that looks pretty cool. In the show, this is the most popular crash weapon. Everybody and their mother uses this thing. Konta uses this in blue, of course. It's made to match him here. But Juby with Baltoros also uses one in white. Unfortunately, that doesn't exist. You can get this in blue, and then you can get a version that has a magazine on top of it in both black and tan, I think, but no white, unfortunately. So no accurate, or show accurate at least, Baltoros for me. Then again, Juby also uses a white magazine, and Kanta uses a blue magazine. So really, the only one of the main three you can get show accurate in any capacity is Magnum-Ifrit, unless you paint something, which is sort of unfortunate. But I did talk about the strategy of this, and I'm not going to demonstrate it fully here. I'll wait to do that in a proper review. But basically, you can either fire 1, 2, 3 shots, or you could fire all 3 of them at the same time, or you could fire 2 at the same time, or you can fire 1 and then 2. You got a lot of options, but basically this first shot here, just firing the one at the start, will give you a bit more power than the other shots. Firing the center shot alone will kind of give you a balanced shot, somewhere in between power and control, and then the third shot here will give you the most barrel contact, I guess. It travels through the barrel further than any of the others, so it's a little bit more of a precision shot. And then, of course, firing all 3 of them at once gives you kind of a rapid fire shot. So like I said, just a lot of options, a lot of things you can do with this based on the situation you're in any given crash battle. But let's see if I can't do a quick demonstration here. Unfortunately, my hand kind of gets in the way, but let's kind of fire it like this, and hopefully we don't bump the tripod. I don't know, this is kind of awkward. Yeah, that was sort of harmless, but there you go. There is a triple shot. Not quite as powerful as I was expecting, but I assume it will get the job done. So there you go, there you have it. It seems like a very simple crash weapon, but when you get down to it, I feel that there's a lot more complexities to it than you might think. But I'll have a little bit more time to mess around with it, and my opinions could change. If the grenade shot taught me anything, it's that while my opinions might be glowing or positive at the start, the more I play around with it, the less enthused I can become. Hopefully that doesn't happen with this one, but I guess we'll see at some point in the future when I get around to a finalized review. But until then, that is about it, guys, and this is IX RolloutIX, signing off.